Okay, we are recording. Welcome to our August team meeting. Oh, we got Dixie in the house. We don't have not a ton of people here yet, so you can just wave. We can all still see each other, but hopefully we'll get a few more hop on.
Echo lamp on.
Am I echoing? No. Okay.
No, I thought it was muted already. Sorry.
Ah, it's okay. Hi, Daphne. Causing trouble already. You can't take her anywhere. Hi everyone. My name's Erin Woods, and this is our Great Love Nation team meeting. So myself and my friend and partner, Melanie Sanukian, will be facilitating this meeting tonight. So hopefully it's okay that we switched it back to one meeting. We were like so gung-ho about offering two times, and it was working pretty well, but I don't know. I don't even know why. I think I made the decision when Melanie was in Kyrgyzstan. I just, I decided a lot of things when she was out of the country. I was just like, I think we should just have one meeting again. Like it just felt right. So we picked Melanie's time. So yeah, I'm excited that we're having one meeting, but it's always on the first Monday in theory, and always at 8:30 p.m. And it's always the same Zoom link. So if you guys have been around for 10 minutes or 10 years, it's always the same Zoom link. It's always 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's always the first Monday. So you can rely on those things. So when you message me and you're like, what time's the meeting? I'm like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I love getting those messages. All right, I'm going to share the screen, and because there's a PowerPoint. Hold on. Wait, I need to close some windows. Hold, please. Melanie, you want to say hello and introduce yourself before
So I'm Melanie Sanukian, one of the other national directors. I live in Arizona. Erin's in Florida, and we actually are a really great team. I love working with her. We bring different gifts to the table. One of her gifts is actually making the PowerPoint. It is better if she's in charge of that. So, but we're going to do some back and forth, and I think the main highlight that you guys are probably here for is to hear from some of our Guatemala peeps. So we'll get through like all the good logistical stuff and the fun changes for August and beyond, and then we'll hear from our Guatemala people.
Yeah, you don't want to hear from us. So if you're here for the first time, I know my amazing hostess and customer Dawn is here for the first time. So
welcome,
Dawn's a brand new partner. Yay, Dawn's here. But tell us in the chat, where you're joining us from, how long you've been a partner, that kind of stuff, because it's always fun to see who is here. So as mentioned, 8:30 p.m. first Monday of the month, even Labor Day. We're going to have it on Labor Day for next month. So you can count on it for the rest of this year, at least. First Monday is our team meeting. Same Zoom. You hadn't heard. All right. I love this picture. Tammy, is she here yet? Tammy, probably. The Guatemala team, God bless you if you guys are here. Some of you didn't even get home until like Sarah Brooks. How are you here? Didn't you just get home like 10 minutes ago?
I think my flight landed at like 4:30-ish. Well, I'm central time, so it's 7:30. But my stupid suitcase has not yet made an appearance.
Oh,
and it has all my gifts.
Yes.
And coffee, so it's gonna smell amazing.
Hopefully it'll be on your doorstep tomorrow morning.
There are a few more flights from Atlanta coming in yet tonight, so I'm hopeful, please. Yeah. But I'm so exhausted, but I couldn't miss this because
I'm glad that you're
I'm gonna exhausted.
You win. You literally got home 3 hours ago and you're here.
Yes.
So no excuses. All right. Well, this is Tammy Sumner in this picture, and she gave away her thing, like totally on brand for her. And I would encourage everyone to have a shtick. And Tammy's got so much that is just true to her. And she gave these heart sunglasses to people all this weekend, and I love seeing like artisans wearing them and like their taxi drivers and like people that they met. So anyway, I love Tammy. All right, Melanie, do you want to shout out our top sellers for July? July was a fabulous month, improved over last year, which was really fun. So you guys were amazing for a summer month, especially. So
Yeah. And it was encouraging to hear Gretchen be encouraged
Mhm.
too. You know, they're the ones that see the numbers and they're like, July was great. We need more things, like we need more of that, right? To go into finish off summer and then into the rest of the fall. But Leslie Haas, who I know she wasn't able to make it because she had a meeting scheduled or something, but she slayed it at almost $4,000, and Charity just beat her out by like, $75.
Mhm.
But to hit close to that $4,000 mark is really remarkable. But somehow Bobby Lancaster and Diane Wilson, while preparing for a trip to Guatemala, managed to sell, over $4,100. So actually, should they be flipped around if Bobby sold?
Oh yeah, did I do that backwards?
Oh, math. That's
I
all
don't
right.
know. Yeah.
Anyway,
Doesn't
so Bobby's number 2, she and Diane duking it out while also getting to connect with each other in Guatemala, which I think is so cool. So really proud of you guys that in the, getting ready for Guatemala, you were still working hard for our artisan partners and probably leveraging that Guatemala trip to get some of those sales, which is really great. And then of course, always leading by example, Erin Woods with over $5,000 in July. And she was saying, you said you hadn't hit over $5,000 since November?
Last November. I have not sold. I
Yeah.
don't think I've sold more than 4,000 since last November. Like this was a crazy
So,
good month for me. So it was
yeah.
super fun. And I was out of town for 2 weeks. It took my family vacation. So I don't
That
even
is
know how
so
it happened.
crazy.
It
So any secrets from our top sellers of what worked that some of us could employ for this month?
I think I booked up my calendar. I
Mhm.
anticipated traveling, which I think sometimes makes it even better that you kind of
Yep.
like, I know I'm going to be out of town for 2 weeks. So I really want to make sure my calendar is set and kind of working around life things. And I had 1, 2, 3, and it actually was only like 4 parties. So I actually did have 2 incredible hostesses
Mm.
that both gave 5 days at Elevate. So
Oh,
that is a fun one too. So you don't usually get those, especially literally they posted the same night. So that's when we've kept seeing me like top seller for the week for a couple of times. It
yes.
was all their parties. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
those
so
were
cool.
mine. I don't know.
And Charity
I
got
know, was
top seller.
Huh?
Charity got top seller for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
there, and that was her first time. And I think she got it like 2 weeks in a row or something. That was really
Charity
cool.
got 50,000 in lifetime today too. So
Oh.
that was a big one. I think Charity was really hungry for that before
Yeah.
she left for Guatemala. So, and
Yeah,
Diane
I was going to say,
always
now
sells
she's heading
the
off to
lights,
Guatemala. So it's a good season for Charity.
Yeah.
So
right.
proud of you guys. Thank you.
Such a good month. We did welcome 5 new partners into the Great Love Nation last month. So welcome Brandy, Vicky, Donna, Lynn, and Lori. And so far this month, we have welcomed 3. And so that's Dawn, Nicole, Lee, who are both here. And then Sarah sponsored a new partner, Wendy. And so I don't know if she's on the call. Is it Wendy? Holly.
Mhm.
Wennig. Yeah, that's what I got.
Actually, no, she's not on here, but her sister was actually a partner back a number of years ago. I know her name was Ruth, but I don't know what her last name was. But
Cool.
yeah, anyway, she's a great hostess.
Generational. Pass it down.
Yeah.
But I'll get to we do have something really fun happening for partners that join in August. So, but welcome to our July new partners and excited for you guys to get started. We did have some awesome rank ups in June. Oh, so that should say July. Didn't update this screen, but the names are new. New qualified partner. So being qualified means hitting your first $1,000 in sales, and you can do that. There's no timeline on that. You can do that in 2 weeks. You can do it in a month. You can do it in 5 years. But you get a $100 coupon when you become a qualified partner after you sell your first $1,000. So that's really fun. So these ladies got their $100 coupon this month. Danielle Rader promoted to lead. And then Gretchen Gibson, I don't know if Charity's here, but Charity is her sponsor. Gretchen, I think, went from like qualified to advanced in the month of July. Like she had a really exciting, fun month of promotion. So congrats to these ladies. So good. Did you get my flow desk, Melanie?
I did, and I love it. They're so pretty. I don't get
Pretty.
too many pretty emails. And so make sure that you get it out of your spam. So search for that Flow Desk, because Erin makes these beautiful emails that give all the details. And sometimes it's just nice to see it in a different form than on Facebook. It's great for reminders. They're full of information, and we'll be sending them out at the beginning of the month. And then if there's like new things coming up, sometimes mid-month, there's new announcements and things that are worthy of another email. And so if you're not receiving them, because sometimes people plug in not their usual email to what we see in our back office. And so if you're not receiving them, reach out to Erin or I, and we will make sure to plug you in for that. But they're really beautiful. They have direct links, just helpful in case you've been off Facebook or you've been away from Trades of Hope, just a new way of getting some of the fun. I mean, we're always doing fun new stuff. And especially if you saw Gretchen and Elizabeth's wake up call today, there's just always fun new stuff coming. Don't miss out on those.
So I did send out a reminder this morning about this meeting. So hopefully you would have gotten that. And then I'm trying to send one out on the 1st of every month. And I think I've done it now for 3 months. So, but yeah, what most people have found is if you search Flow Desk, that's where it's coming from me, but that's where you can find it if it's going into a weird place. And then just message me if you can't find it. Raise your voice. Oh my gosh, drop in the chat if you loved the Raise Your Voice challenge or incentive, whatever. What was it? Challenge, the Summer of Justice.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, it was amazing. I don't know. It was like the one tracker I think I've ever completed ever in my 10 years of Trades of Hope was I like wanted to keep it because I was so proud of myself for like checking those boxes. Not all the boxes every week, but most. And I loved it. My favorite thing is now, so in Hope Central, I'm going to start this little video. If you go into Hope Central now, this impact info page is amazing. You can watch all the archived replays of the videos that people did. And then there's all of the causes listed out with great statistics. They've all got these little drop-down menus, beautiful graphics. I mean, this was such like a win for us because I think we all want to share the heart. We all want to share the mission, and like the products are beautiful, but this is what we're doing. We're combating human trafficking. We're fighting for all of these incredible injustices in the world and fighting for women. And so it's now right there. So you got your new partner training and then boom, impact info. So if you have not visited that page, I save everything now. I have a Raise Your Voice folder on my computer, and I've saved all the graphics from each week, and you can copy and paste those statistics and plug them into your VIP group posts and your party posts and just learn. It's just a great opportunity to be like, oh, like when you hear that statistic, whatever it is that kind of hits your heart, it's awesome. So I loved Raise Your Voice. I thought it was really great. I hope you guys did too.
Well, and Erin, what I would add to that too is that it was so helpful for re-educating ourselves, and then educating our customers, our hostesses, but you can use that info again. You can always reuse content because you could have a new hostess with new customers that has a heart for girls' education. And then you can kind of theme your quick pop-up around those kinds of things to be able to educate, and then let them know which products, which countries are doing good things in that particular issue that they care about. And then you can use it in your VIP groups. You can post stuff online if something else comes up throughout the calendar year where it's a good fit, or if a movie comes out that has a similar theme, that you can bring those back out. So I think it's really helpful in educating. And I think that's why so many of us old schoolers liked it, because it reminded us of why we got into this in the first place. It reminded us of how important these things were. And then our passion was shared with other people, and so many new customers and hostesses that we had. So
100%. I loved it. I mean, I joined Trades of Hope because I wanted, it was like a new subject matter to learn about. As a teacher, I missed, digging into new topics and great books, and it just to have it all connected to jewelry, bags, scarves, and home decor. And just like, oh my gosh, this is heaven. This is my place. But it really was about learning about these issues and feeling really like ignorant, but having a safe place to kind of work it out. And that's really what this Summer of Justice was about, you know, reminders, but also a lot of people just kind of learning things for the first time. And your customers and your audience likes to see that. They like to learn along with people. And also it helps them see that they can do it too. So you shouldn't, don't be intimidated that you don't know everything. I didn't even know what human trafficking was when I started as a partner. So it's like, you can position yourself as an expert, but you can also position yourself as somebody who's learning. And that makes it seem, you know, makes somebody who's interested in doing what you're doing, it makes it feel a lot more doable. So don't ever feel like, oh, I can't share this because I don't know everything. Say, I don't know everything about this, but I just read this statistic and it makes me want to learn more. Do you want to learn more too? You know, you want to learn with me. Okay. Rising Together. Do you love Rising Together, Mel?
I love it. I was so glad to hear they were doing it again.
I
But a
love
different version. I think a better version.
Better version. I used my first coupon today. So I like, it was burning a hole in my Sky Wallet. So Rising Together is such a fun incentive that will now carry you through the rest of the year. So I want to talk about for a second how to break it down, why the 2-week increments are incredible, and kind of how to set goals around it. So at first glance, it might seem complicated, but let's just look at this little chart so you make sure that everybody understands what this incentive is. Basically, it breaks down the rest of the year from now until December 31st into 2-week segments, right? So that's what all the dates are in that first column. So from August 1st to August 15th, that's considered like the first, we called them tiers last year. So I'm going to call them tiers again. So that's like the first tier. If you sell $350, that's $350
or something.
If you sell $350 between August 1st and August 15th, you get a $35 coupon in your Sky Wallet. And it happens instantly because it's obviously not August 15th yet. I already got my $35 coupon, and you can use it immediately too. You can save it. It lasts for 30 days, but I was like, oh, and I used it.
And Erin, is it 30 days from the day you earned it, right? Not from the 15th. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 30 days from the day you earn it. Yeah, that would make sense. So
one of our detail-oriented people can tell us.
The idea, and yeah, maybe somebody can confirm that because it's probably in the back office somewhere. The idea of this is a couple things. It keeps you consistent in your business throughout the fall, because the fall really is such an important time for our artisans. All year round is an important time for our artisans. So this is a great time of year to really stay consistent, but you're also like wanting to, you know, to get new product, or you're wanting, you know, you can even use these coupons to give to your hostesses. You could use them as incentive and prizes and different things if you don't want to use them for yourself, or you can use them on the next chapter that's launching in September or in October or November. We have 3 more chapters left for this year. We have a giftable collection coming. We have the 12 days of Christmas. There's gonna be a lot of things that you personally might want to use these coupons for your business, for your gift giving, for whatever. And then, or you can turn around and give them away. So each week or each 2-week segment, you set a party date, you set 1 or 2 pop-ups. Sorry, I'm trying not to use party. Set up pop-ups, give out a couple of advocate links, however you want to make those sales. And you get it, you get the coupon. You don't, guess what? It starts over again. So August 16th through the 31st is the next time you have a shot to get that $35 coupon. And then you can see the numbers kind of change, because as the season goes on, people are shopping for the holidays a little bit more. So the QV, you know, the sales requirement goes up a little bit. You're going to see, for those of you that are brand new, you're going to witness and experience the magic of Bright Friday. I love that it divides November into two separate, I mean, all of them are 2 separate segments, but we really approach November like it's 2 separate months, because it's such a big month in terms of sales. It's like November part 1 and November part 2. So it's just really exciting, and there's no losing, right? Like you go for it, you get it, you miss it, on to the next 2-week segment, book up and strategize. And then I think you should set goals for yourself, like as you're looking at your calendar. And something that I do in my calendar is highlight out each 2-week segment and write the QV Like I've already gone through my whole rest of my year and highlighted that out just so visually, because I like to be able to kind of see the map almost that I'm on. And then I have the dates that I'm having pop-ups. I do mine every Thursday night. So I make sure I've got my Thursdays all booked up, and, you know, just kind of strategize that way. What else about Rising Together, Mel?
Well, I do like it. It really worked for me when I was teaching last year, because I remember back in the day, people would often backload their month for some reason. Just as long as they hit a certain thing by the end of the month, they were happy. But now that we have Dream by 15, you know, to get that first 300, we don't realize how much like we need sales consistently throughout all parts of the month. So I love that it just determined my schedule of when I was going to have parties, and or pop-ups, and I would always book, I would circle in my calendar one Saturday at the beginning of the month, one of those first two, and then a Saturday at the end of the month. And then I would either, you know, have two, maybe three, no more than three. And I do my pop-ups like throughout the day at my own convenience, rather than doing a 15-minute getting them all in, but you know, it's preference. And so I was able to, working full-time with 4 kids, reach those goals because they're so manageable within each chunk, and you get into this rhythm. And I would say I'm not even a routine person, but it was just such a doable routine for me that those of you who are actually routine people are going to love it. For those of us who want to be like you,
Right.
it's really great too. So it's just doable. It's very generous, but also the main thing that we want to do is, and you might notice it, we're getting away, we're getting away from, but we're focusing more and more on that the rewards are the Artisan Partners products, because the more we can move their products, whether customers sell them, whether we earn them through rewards, that's just the best for Artisan Partners. So we do love a good give back, and the Plumpy Nut give back is happening and those kinds of things, but really the rewards should be the products, because that is what is earning the income for the Artisan Partners. We just need to move as many products as possible. And that's why I love this so much. And I think it's also smart, because the reason they did coupons when last year they did, if you get this one, you will ship you this new product. They spent a lot of money on shipping the products.
Yeah.
And it's just better for us to kind of buy our own products, and then we get what we want. So it's kind of a win-win for both the home team and for us, that we can choose what we want with our coupon, rather than waiting to get the reward months later when the new, you know, January launch came out. So I just think they've tweaked it perfectly, and I'm really excited to see what everyone can do with it. And I don't think this one mentions it, but don't we get $250?
Yeah.
Did you say that already?
No, so yeah, so the bonus for really going for it, and you know, you still have time to get this first one.
Absolutely.
But if you get all 10 of these segments, you get an additional $250 in free product from our first chapter in January. So like,
yeah.
For those of you that are like, okay, I'm doing that, because you earn all these coupons plus get that $250 in free product. So
yeah, who's going for the whole thing? Put it in the chat. I did
Put
it last time.
I know.
And it was so worth it.
So worth it.
And then again, it produces consistency for our Artisan Partners, which is exactly what they need. So it is absolutely doable for full-time workers, for, you know, stay-at-home moms, for it's just absolutely doable. And so I like that they make it doable, and yet we get a lot of fun rewards for it. So yay.
Yeah, just look at those numbers and
it.
set goals, plan ahead, and
Yep.
you'll be amazed what you can achieve. All
Oh,
right.
and then it will build up into January. Can tend to be a slow month after December and all the holidays, which we call like November and the holiday shopping, the Trades of Hope Super Bowl for us. But January can sometimes be slow. But if you think about it, if you have all those consistent customers and hostesses throughout that time, your January is naturally going to have great momentum going into it. So
yeah, people always keep shopping. People are like, oh, nobody shops. It's like, yes, they do. They didn't get what they wanted for Christmas, so they're gonna keep shopping. Okay, lots of calendar dates, but a lot of these are things that you would know. But obviously we launched Hope Mail on the 1st, always on the 1st, chapter release always on the 2nd. And then we already just talked about the 2 Rising Together tiers. Here are some things that maybe you would want to jot down. On 8/8, which is tomorrow, we have kind of a funny little sale launching. It's like, I don't really understand it. It's kind of a random selection of products at a random discount, but it's a good deal. And it might be something that one of your customers is like, oh, that's on sale. I want that.
Mhm.
And who doesn't love a sale? So tomorrow is a fun, unique sale. And then on the 10th, Gretchen Elizabeth talked about this. I posted about this on Mighty Network, but on the 10th, we are doing our collab with Francis and Benedict. So if you want to know more information about that, it's in Mighty Network. If you're not in Mighty Network, make sure Dawn, I don't know if I've invited you to that, but if you're not in Mighty Network, that's kind of where we do trade or Great Love Nation business off of Facebook. So I did a little post about that. We are giving away a Diamond Skies. Oh, I have one. Of course I have one right here. I love this bag. We're giving away to the first 100 people that shop on August 10th with Francis and Benedict. They get a free Trades of Hope Diamond Skies bag, and it has a 10% off coupon for Trades of Hope. So this is a fun cross promotion opportunity for two very like-minded companies. Francis and Benedict works with one artisan group in Togo. It's a group of sewists that make beautiful skirts. So it'll be interesting. Like Gretchen said today, it might be something, it might be nothing, but it's a fun collaboration. If you have a skirt lady, connect with her. I opened a party link for my skirt girl today, so she's going to share that on her VIP group on the 10th, and then I'm going to share her information on the 10th as well. On the 15th, that's our Prelude product for September. So on the 15th of every month, we release a product that's like a preview of the next month's chapter. And it's 10% off for the rest of August. And it's a pair of earrings. It's not a door knocker.
Okay, so we get sneak peeks and extra information in our directors meetings every Thursday morning. Just one more reason to rank up to director, because it's super fun. And you know, like we go through, and it just depends on the mood Gretchen's in or whatever, with how much detail we get, whatever. And so I had just made like notes like, oh, this one's coming out. We've always got new things coming out, which makes it really fun and it gets us more customers. And so I had just written notes in, and I just had Prelude product, silver door knocker. And I was like,
oh,
no, you've never done that for home decor. And I was trying to remember. Anyway, you may have, Abby's usually great with catching on Instagram when Elizabeth's wearing something new. So they're like a silver, they're like called, Melissa Patchett says they're called a door knocker style of earring, and they're super cute. But I just forgot to put the word earring. And so
right.
we literally called Stacy Hope. We're like, are we coming out of the door
knocker? She's like,
help us
what?
out, Stacy. Anyway. Oh, good. They were in Guatemala. Yay. So
fun.
Can you describe them better than that, Sarah? They're like they're like a knot, kind of like a knot.
Yeah. When you talked about door knocker and earrings, I actually figured out which ones you were talking about.
Okay.
So.
All right. So it'll all make sense when we see
They're
them.
cute. They're very cute.
They're really pretty. Yeah.
Right.
You guys will like
So
them.
those are launching on the 15th as our Prelude product. And then on the 22nd, we are launching a set of pumpkins. So I'm really excited about this, because this is your cue to start transitioning and talk about fall. That would be a great day to do like the pumpkin spice latte debate, low stakes debate, like, because I think the pumpkin spice latte comes out I think it comes out like the 22nd or the 23rd at Starbucks this year, which I think it's super gross. So I know where I stand. I don't know where you stand, but that's me. But it's fun to like maybe change your banner in your VIP group to be a little more fall, do like a fall this or that. Like, are you a coffee or hot chocolate person? Like, you know, and of course everybody's like, it's 900 degrees where I live, but it's still fun to start talking about fall. And that would be a great day to do it on August 22nd, because we're launching these Gather pumpkins. They're wooden pumpkins. Like, I think they're like the mango wood, right?
Yep.
And there's 6 of them. So it's going to be a beautiful set. A lot of people will start decorating for fall, you know, end of August, beginning of September. I mean, they had fall stuff out in the stores in like, you know, May.
Yeah.
And then the end of the month promo is super exciting, but I can't remember what it is. I wrote that it's super exciting, but it's I remember what it is.
Yeah.
It's and I can't tell you, but it is super exciting.
You can't?
Well, can we tell them about the whole thing?
Right.
Okay. So we're launching this line of products, and we're calling them the giving necklaces. And each one is different and unique to a specific give back. So whenever somebody purchases that giving necklace, it's going to give X amount of dollars. Like I think it's $10 or $15.
I think so. That sounds right.
$10 of every purchase will go back to that specific cause. So the one on the 29th, it's like, I'm telling you this much, I might as well tell you everything. Do you remember
Right.
what it is?
The key? Is it the key one? Like the
Yes,
key?
but what is the give back? Do you
I think
remember?
if it's
Yeah.
the first one, I think it's the bikes.
Bikes, the
Is
bike
it the
one.
bikes?
The bikes are first?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
you
the
might actually have better information than us, Sarah. You are
No,
fresh
Sarah was-
of
Wait,
the
who-
information train. So give us the scoop.
Who else
Were
is
they
on
wearing
here?
it?
Wait, Jill Ball is on here. Bobby's on here. Am I right?
Give us the scoop, Guatemala girls.
have it in my
I
notes.
think that's right.
Okay.
I think it is the bikes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we work with an amazing organization called 88 Bikes that gives bikes to girls in Cambodia. And we love them. And
Yeah.
so let me just confirm. Hold on. Nope, it's not bikes. You guys are wrong. It's for Lunch Bucket and Touch of Hope School in Haiti. So there's going to be 2 necklaces, a silver version and a gold version. They are keys. It's a key.
Oh,
And the $10 from the silver one will go to Lunch Bucket, which is the school, one of the schools in Haiti that we work with. And then $10 will go to, from the gold one will go to Touch of Hope. So, which is the group that makes our cards. That's their school. So I think 88 Bikes might be coming sometime in September. But anyway, this giving necklace thing is
so fun.
really cool. And it's going to be an ongoing, there's one coming out in September that's related to women's health. And so I don't know when the bikes are. I thought,
I
I
remember
feel like
talking about
the
them.
bikes. Yeah, we talked about. I think the bikes maybe are more mid-September, and then the women's health is the
oh,
end.
there they are. Yes. September 7th.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a really cool thing. This is like a fun concept. Again, just really connecting what our customers shop Trades of Hope for. They really shop Trades of Hope for giving back and feeling like they're contributing to something. And while we don't, we're not a charity, obviously, buying our products is really important. So we want people to be inspired to buy our products by the stories behind them or the give back that they're contributing towards. So I'm really excited about this. And then I have a save the date for September. Then September 13th through the 18th is our birthday celebration, and it's going to be pretty lit this year. Very excited about it. Susan is going to be doing a wake up call, hopefully next Monday, about it, like how to utilize the birthday, and it's going to be amazing.
Real quick, I want to say great to have you here, Donna. I think she mentioned this was her first meeting, so it was
Yay.
wonderful to have you here. I know you have to hop off early. And then the other thing I was going to say that's really great is if you're experiencing a dry season or you don't have a pop-up going, when those things launch, you literally can brainstorm like, okay, like Abby mentioned, okay, who are all the teachers in my life? I'm going to tell them about this, and maybe they can get their classroom involved. Or, like you can talk to the parent teacher of your kid's classroom and say, hey, I'd love to gift this necklace to the teachers at the school. If you want to sponsor one, this is what they're going towards, and our teachers will love them. Then the bike one comes out, and you think of all of your friends who like to go bike riding with their kids, about whatever it is, or like, serious bike riders, and tell them about what these bikes do for these girls in Cambodia. So there's, or, like search Cambodia and see who of your friend groups have gone to visit there. There's all these different ways that you can reach out, because some of those personal messages can really lead to sales or hostesses or new partners. And so just get creative with it. Don't get discouraged if you have a dry time. Use one of these. That's why they kind of sprinkle them throughout, so that you don't have to do every single one all the time. That would lead to burnout. But whichever ones really kind of move you and you get ideas, follow up with those ideas, and you never know what that's going to go. So,
Bobby.
So since we're doing school stuff with this first giving necklace, I wanted to share that I had a really great month in July, partly because I reached out to a bunch of teachers and offered to do fundraisers specifically for them. So I had a couple different teachers do, and they were all virtual gatherings. And I just gave 10% back out of my commission. I didn't set it up as a regular fundraiser. And that way they still earn the rewards. We still got the Elevate days. And then I just PayPal'd them 10% of the total. And one of my teachers, I was able to PayPal her $123. And she told all of her other teacher friends that we did this. And it was just so wonderful. So that might be something that you guys could do in your VIP groups to gain some momentum and hit some of those tiers and really maybe even draw some people to you that have never really heard about what we do and why we do it before.
Love it.
Awesome.
Such a good idea. All right. So July, why does it say July? It should say August. I'm sorry. I updated most of the things, but then I whatever.
It's fine.
Okay. It should say August. August Invitation to Hope is a Guatemala takeover. So our Learn About Being a Partner with Trades of Hope group is very active every single month, but this month we're really focusing on Guatemala. Melanie and I did a kickoff event on August 1st that your guests can still watch if you invite them to the group. And this month, for all new partners that join, we are giving away a Wapeel saddlebag, which Melanie just went to get. So that's the bag. Your background's fuzzy. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, they're all good.
That's pretty.
That's beautiful.
That's great with denim too. I really like it. So.
And then at the end of the month, we have our regularly scheduled Invitation to Hope, which is going to be Loria and Audra. And I can't remember who's interviewing who. Is Audra interviewing Loria or vice versa? I don't know. But they're doing an interview, which will be awesome. We do have a $10 join collection. I didn't even put the other ones on this slide because it's like, we have a $10 join collection right now. So like, this is such a no-brainer. It's a beautiful mosaic clutch. Easy peasy lemon squeezy if somebody's like, I just don't know, just here's a $10 join collection. Like, it's 2 cups of coffee, and jump into our new partner training. Let me show you how you can start making an impact. So share this. Make sure you're sharing this. Make sure you're having these conversations and talking with people about this opportunity. And we're going to get a little more fire in just a minute, hearing from our ladies that are fresh back from, it's the next slide. So we just welcomed back a whole bunch of ladies from the Great Live Nation that were in, and some honorary Great Live Nationers that were in Guatemala this weekend, set the bar really high for the first of 4 trips that are happening this month. And I wanted to invite Bobby. I know you wanted to share for sure. Invite Bobby to take us to Guatemala, share a little bit. Literally got home yesterday. And I know you've got a lot on your heart, but I would love to hear. I know everybody would love to hear from you.
Well, I'll try to keep it short. I think I was one of the only partners that didn't have trouble getting home. So I've almost felt guilty about it, but it is, it's weird coming back in a way, after leaving that magical place where we can be just immersed in what we do and why we do it, and connected to the other women that we're doing it with. I mean, Zoom is so great. I'm so glad that we get to connect like this, but there's just nothing like being able to wrap your arms around each other and laugh at things and cry about things. And, it was all of that. It was so beautiful. And connecting with the artisans, they were so generous and they taught us so much. I think I didn't realize how incredibly masterful their work is. We see a kimono and it's beautiful. We don't realize that it takes a month to make it, and that the plants were cut during certain moon cycles because that affects the intensity of the dye that they're going to be able to get, so that they can even make everything consistent. It's just amazing, you guys. Just amazing. And I think one of the things that impacted me the most, well, 2 things. First of all, I realized that what we're doing is beautiful and it's awesome, but I had this light bulb moment where it's like, we are hands-on when it comes to developing equitable economies all over the world. Now, doesn't that sound like a smart thing to be able to say at a party when somebody thinks you just sell jewelry? It's like, oh, no. hold my beer. We are developing equitable economies. It's amazing. And the other thing that I had a light bulb moment on is something that I'm going to change about the language that I use. Because I have said so many times, we're going to make a difference together for her. And I'm not going to say that ever again. Because we are partnered with the women that we partner with on the ground, but we're doing this with her. With her. That's why it's a dignified partnership. For her, I realized I was in like great white savior mode, and I don't want to be that. For her is something I'm not going to say anymore. But doing this with her has this extra layer of empowerment for me. And I just think it was just so incredible. And the last thing I'm going to say is that they brought this family of women to the villas where we were staying, which were unbelievable. You guys, all of Antigua, unbelievable. But this family of women, a mother and her 4 daughters, her oldest daughter was in charge, and they fed us. And they fed us with such love. I woke up this morning, nobody cooked me breakfast. Nobody had coffee ready. I was like, what the heck? But I burst into tears the last night after we spent time with them, and they let us help make this meal. And as a woman, I know that outpouring of love. As an adult person, I don't ever get to experience that unless I'm in my mama's house. And I just felt like they adopted us. And it was like we were in Mamacita's house for a little bit. And it was just such a sweet, sweet expression of love and caring. And they weren't just feeding us. They really were loving us and caring for us in the deep, essential ways. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So I'm going to let somebody else talk before I start crying again.
Well, I love it. And I would encourage everyone who's listening to not think I feel like a lot of us experience, whether it's a partner in Trades of Hope or our customers or our hostesses, people thinking, oh, that's so good for her. That's so good that she got to do that. I want everyone to really put yourself in a position of thinking, that's for me. I want to experience that. And then figure out how to do that, because I will say, I talked to Gretchen and I was like, if this goes well, we're going to travel again. Right. And she was already looking at places for our next one. So it's like, this is not an opportunity that is going to be like a one and done. As long as Trades of Hope is alive and healthy, every single one of you can experience this. And it is like nothing else. It is a next level of truth and beauty to the work that we do. And you think you're committed now. You have this experience and it's like completely non-negotiable anymore. So Sarah or Jill or anyone else that is, go ahead, Jill.
I just wanted to speak to what you were just saying, and it was on my mind to say it before the meeting even started, and that is, you guys, I'm nobody, and I'm not putting myself down. I'm just saying I'm so far not one of the top sellers each month. You don't see my name on doing, top sponsor, top seller, nothing like that. I've been around, I show up, I'm here, and I went to Guatemala. I'm nobody. I didn't do anything fabulous except show up and have parties and have people who said, oh, I'd love to help you get to Guatemala. And it's really, really, we need all of us to go and have a solid 50 of us show up from Great Love Nation, because you can do it. If you just joined 9 months ago, I saw somebody that was here, just joined 9 months ago, you can do this. If you've been like me 7 years, you can do it. It's my first trip and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. I think every morning we got up and anybody who wanted to gathered for devotions. And by the time we finished, I said, dadgummit, I shouldn't have put my makeup on. Because it was wonderful and we shared hearts. And even if we hadn't seen the artisans, just connecting with each other, I didn't realize how much I needed that. Uh, and then we got to connect with the artisans. First we went to the coffee plantation, and we heard Pablo, who's the head guy, if you don't know, we heard his heart and his vision. And then he was goofy too. But the heart and vision, I said, I got to stop just showing coffee and start really selling it, so I can help these people really get more business, hire more people, do more, and help more kids in the hospital. So many things like that. And I'm just saying, I'm obviously very enthusiastic, but it was something that you can do. I don't care if nobody knows your name. If you feel like you are the hidden one and nobody even knows if you show up or not, I get that. And it's you are noticed, and you do matter, and everything you do makes a difference. Those ladies that make our Weepiel pieces, they are excited. They desperately want us to sponsor more people and to sell more, because it matters so much to them and their communities. They're outreaching to other women around them. So I'm just saying, you may feel like, oh yeah, it's all those people who are always getting their names called out, they're doing it. But you'll notice we're starting to call out everybody who has even a single sale. You matter, and you can do this. Okay, I'll shut up now. But
Don't ever shut up.
come on, we gotta go.
I'm inspired. You've inspired me. But I love, and everything that you said is true. And I also want to throw out too that in January, we're going to have just going to a Trades of Hope event is also highly, highly valuable. And the announcement is coming very soon, but we will be having regional events again next year, kicking off with January 27th weekend in Palm Coast, which is where our home office is. So I hope that because I think we proved last year that those gatherings were incredibly valuable, and just putting names to faces and arms to hugs, it makes a huge difference. So I would just encourage you to keep an eye out for that, because we all do our businesses alone and kind of isolated, like every day, all the day-to-day stuff. And so when we have that opportunity to connect in real life, it is super, super powerful. And so thank you, Jill. I love your blouse too. I know you and Bobby both got one. And I'm like, well, I'm getting one of those because I'm obsessed. So it's like the same as our kimono, right? But it's like a top.
My only regret is that I didn't buy several. But I needed another suitcase, so I didn't.
I think you guys did some solid shopping. I was highly impressed with like the outfits in general were so spot on. Like I was loving the pictures, but then I was like, they are shopping so hardcore, and I love it. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. Does anyone else want to speak? Sarah, I know you're like 3 hours on the ground, but would you like to share something?
Sure. Yeah, that shopping thing. I got a new kimono. Sadly, it's in my suitcase that is not arrived yet, along with the rest of the gifts that I purchased. So hoping they show up. I mean, all of what everyone said, really, but it was just, those of you who have the opportunity, there's so much that Friday when we got to see the different groups of artisans. It was 2 different groups. It was so much, but it was so just like, I don't know, like soul filling. I don't know how to say it. And I Tresca and I were talking because we were roommates, and said how we can't separate that now. Just being in the same room and the same space, listening to these women who we now know through that. It's like, how can we not, I mean, it's like, how can I not say, I am wearing this kimono that I met this woman. In fact, on the airplane, I was talking with a woman with the, our little storybooks, the older ones. And I'm like, that's Juana Maria. I met her, so there's just so much power in that. And knowing that what we are doing is it's life-changing for all of us, the artisans, for all of us too. And no matter, like Jill said, no matter, how big or small, your sales are, everything is changing lives. And I think that really, I feel that's, so much more strongly now. And if you are able to speak Spanish with them, do it. We had a great translator, Adriana, who works with Pablo, or works there, but she came and translated for us with the artisans, and she was awesome. So I would imagine she'll be doing it again. I'm not certain, but for me, as a, that since I speak Spanish, that made it even more meaningful for me. So even if you just know a little bit, like who was saying, Erin, you were saying, like, just, have, like, look up some phrases, some different things that you can say more than just, hi, how are you? They'll love that. They'll love that too. And then they might start speaking that you don't understand.
And you're like, oh, hold on.
Great. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Mhm.
Don't keep
It's
talking.
so great. It's, even more connection, right? So.
Well, and I wanted to say too, because, you guys are speaking obviously straight from the experience, right? And everyone else on this call, maybe, well, we weren't there this weekend, right? So, but I remember the first time hearing a secondhand story, like it was a story from a partner who had been to Haiti, who was sharing an experience that she had in Haiti. And as a new partner, that blew my mind. And I carried that with me. So I would say that every single one of you, I mean, there's a ton of Great Love Nation ladies going to Guatemala this month. I think there's 27 or 8. And so somebody is your sponsor, your director, so that's going to be there. And that is almost just as powerful, and maybe even just as powerful, to kind of share that. Like, I saw LaDonna posted like about Melanie's experience in Haiti. That's super powerful. This is my friend. This is my, a woman that I've spent time with, or that I, is my sponsor, however you want to say. And she's, this is a picture of her with one of our artisans in Guatemala, or my Trades of Hope sister is in Guatemala right now experiencing this. I did a lot of that this weekend. Like, these ladies are on the ground right now in Guatemala, or like they were with Clara yesterday, and when she saw her picture in the book, so you can use that to inspire you, and even to talk about what we do as a way to validate our business too. So don't underestimate how valuable that is to speak about to your customers and at your parties. Like, all your parties this month, you should be talking about the fact that 54 partners are going to be in, Guatemala at some point this month, sitting with our artisan partners. Like, that's really powerful to share in all of your parties and all of your interactions on your VIP groups. So you don't have to be there. You can 100% just experience this vicariously through these incredible, brave women that are taking this trip. Lori, are you here? Who else is here?
I am.
Lori, do you want to share for a minute?
Yes. I'm not going to so much share about the artisans of what we experience. I still want to process so much, and I did record it so I would not forget. And what has already been shared is just amazing. But I want to share from something else that we did while we were there. Every morning at 8:00, Bobby began our day with devotion, and how the Lord has challenged us to care for the poor and the oppressed, and it's so much on what we do, and it was so encouraging. But she gave us a prayer that I want to share with you guys, and I hope you'll write it down, because it is a powerful prayer that I think if we start every day, it's going to motivate us. It's going to put, remind us that the Lord is in control of our day. And it's really awesome. So the prayer goes like this: Lord, this day is yours. This work is yours, and I am yours. Do your thing. So simple, so, right on. And just, if we just keep that in mind, it's not about us. I mean, he uses us, we do have to do our thing. We have to do our work, but he does it through us, and he does incredible things. And so I just wanted to, to share that. And if you guys don't have somebody already chosen to, start your day in prayer and devotion and worship, it was the most beautiful thing, and it really got us motivated for the day. So find somebody, or find several people that will share something and get you guys going. We prayed for Susan. Oh my gosh, the prayer for Susan and Eric and Joseph and the kids and everything. It was pretty amazing. So that's all I have to share with you guys so far.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. I'm gonna need that prayer again. I started to write it down, but you said it too fast. But we'll put that in your in the Mighty Network, maybe, or we'll get it somewhere. But maybe put it on a graphic.
But it's real easy. This day is yours. This work is yours. I am yours. Do your thing.
All right. Got it. All right, ladies. So with that, I feel like that's a good place. We're going to do our thing, right? And our thing is something really, really good. No matter how you do it, there's options. You can do your thing with Trades of Hope in a lot of different ways. I think that's what makes it amazing. You can do vendor events and weekend bluegrass festivals and markets and fairs. You can do home parties. You can do online 15-minute messenger parties like I do. You can do speaking engagements. You can literally you can fundraisers. I mean, there's so many ways to do your thing, but the thing that we do changes lives, period. Like there's no two ways about it. Like it is an absolute, that when you do your thing with Trades of Hope, and you keep going and you stay consistent and you keep showing up. I mean, Jill Ball, you are at every meeting, you come, you engage, it's awesome. And then she got to go to Guatemala, like it's really about just showing up. And I'm preaching the choir now, you're all here, but then if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. But what we do, it changes lives, period, full stop. Melanie, do you have any?
Yeah, I think this is just an example of, I may have said it on one of my wake up calls recently, and it kind of stuck with some people, that whether you've been at this for years, like many of the women on this call, or you're new, this is not a competitive sisterhood. I don't know if you picked up on that. We are a collaborative sisterhood. And yeah, we use each other's posts and we use each other's pictures. You can reach out if you're not sure, like, oh, that's what LaDonna did, which was so great. She's like, do you mind if I use your picture? I'm like, yes, you're going to have a great time meeting her. So go for it, So anyway, I just think it's so cool to be a part of a sisterhood where our mission is so important that we don't have time to be competitive. We don't have time to backbite. We don't have time to get jealous or think we're better or worse than somebody else. We got time for that, right? We just need to do this beautiful work. And to watch women who I've known that got to go to Guatemala and meet each other, it's been such a joy. Like there's like women on that team in particular, I was like, I can't wait till you meet so-and-so. You guys are going to love each other. And it's just so cool to see. And the January event, in the US is an opportunity to do that. But even these Zoom calls, even, reaching out to 3 other women that you guys can message each other, like Erin and Susan and I have been on a message chat for ages, and it's just so fun to touch base with one another. So whatever way you need to connect so that it doesn't feel like you're just doing this work alone, do what you need to do, but just take encouragement from other people's experiences. And if you don't have that yet, know that yours is coming someday. Just keep, like Jill said, keep showing up, keep doing the work, and your time will come to have that face-to-face interaction. So just so great to hear from our ladies. And we got 3 more weeks of women to hear from. So I am so excited.
We got, let's see, Audra, Jackie Smith, Lynette Nelson, and Melissa Altman, I think, are all leaving on Wednesday, some tomorrow, some might be leaving tomorrow. And then, and it's going to be, and then more for the rest of the month. I think there's at least 20 more Great Love Nation people partners going on this trip. So super, super excited. So grateful for each of you being here tonight. Thank you, Melanie, for being my co-host.
My
And
pleasure.
everybody for sharing your hearts. Now you can go rest. All you Guatemala girls, Sarah, your suitcase will be on your doorstep in the morning.
Yes.
Manifesting that.
Good.
So. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for being
Bye,
here.
ladies.
Bye.